Hello, I'm Louis Jones, an application specialist with Mimaki USA, and I'll be giving you some tips and tricks on making graphics with the tiling feature in Rasterlink. The tiling feature is a fast way to break a single file into multiple printable sections. It's an easy way to print an image larger than the size of the printer at your disposal, like with wall murals or truck wraps. Today, I'll be using this feature to turn one large image into smaller printable sections for window graphics. Let's get printing.
So I'm going to begin with setting up my file. If I were working in just Illustrator and then sending each panel individually, it would end up looking like this, with each one of these art panels being each one of the individual windows. But since I'm going to be using the tiling feature, I'm just going to take the size of all of the windows and treat it as one large image. And I'll break that up into sections and tiling later, but right now I'm just going to make one big artboard and put the pattern inside of it. So I saved my pattern, brought it over to Rasterlink. I'm going to use monocolor to change everything in this pattern from magenta to white. It's just going to be a white pattern on clear window graphic material. And then I go over to the tiling section. The first thing I'm going to do is choose the size of the entire work area. I think it's 168 by 99.5. I think the image that I brought over is a little bit smaller than that, a lot smaller than that, but that's the size of the finished window, so that's the size I'm going to be working in. Now in tile quantity, I'm going to choose how many rows and columns each section is going to have. Of course, scan in Rasterlink is horizontal, left to right. Feed is up and down. You see now in the resize section, I'm going to use the left and right, top and bottom buttons to select a column or row, and then use the indicators to change the value of the size of that column. And I'm trying to match this image that I put up. And once that's done, the final view of all of the columns and all the rows should resemble what your layout is. Now I'm going to do the same thing with this image, but I'm going to break this into two artboards, left and right pieces, and save those separately, but each one of those sections I'm going to treat them as if they are one big image. And now to do the exact same thing, I'm matching my work area to fit the final size of the actual windows, and I'm always trying to adjust the panels to match what the actual windows look like. There is a 2-inch gap between all of these windows, but that excess artwork that I'm going to be printing is going to give the installers more material to work with. So this section is tricky. There are panels in this image that I don't actually need printed. There's parts of the door that I don't want printed. So I'm going to create all the panels exactly as I need them, and then I'm going to come into a certain section and select which panels do need to be printed and which panels don't. All right, now that I got my panels figured out, in the print order section, you see these buttons under like all tiles are where you choose the number orientation for each one of these panels. The little numbers that say 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. These icons show what where those numbers correlate to which panels. And here in the layout section, you'll see how those panels would look when printed. Now if I go back to Divide Edit and go to the Print Order section, if I click on Selected Tiles and I clear order, that will get rid of all the numbers indicating all the panels, and I can assign a number to each one of the panels. And here I'm just going to exclude the ones that I don't want printed. Any panel that I did not give a number to, that will not be printed.